I think all Digimon fans can collectively agree that Digimon World 4 is, without any doubt, one of the games of all time. Sure, it might not have a good story, and its gameplay sucks donkey diddly, but, okay, there is no but. Except for Digimon World 4, because it's ass. It's a soul-suckingly slow action RPG, although I don't know if action is the right word for it. For the most part, you'll be hacking and slashing your way through hordes of uninspired enemies. Eventually, you'll reach a boss of some kind, which will either be ridiculously easy or very annoying. Anyway, as some of you may know, I've covered the secret special Digivolutions of Digimon Worlds 1, 2, and 3. I've gotten a lot of requests to cover World 4 too, but there are some good reasons as to why I've avoided doing that for so long. You see, while there are a whole bunch of unlockable Digivolutions in this game, most of them are locked behind horrendous amounts of grinding. And even when you do unlock a new Digivolution, your joy will quickly turn into sadness when you realize that these Digivolutions are like completely separate characters, so you'll have to level them up all the way from level 1. Oh boy, just what we needed in this game, more grinding. But even with all of that in mind, I decided to take on this challenge for all of you. But will I be able to unlock them all? Or will I lose my sanity before that happens? I guess it's time for us to find out together. So I hope you've got your snacks and about 120 liters of Pepsi ready, cause we are about to go on a journey to find the secret Digivolutions of Digimon World 4. Let's start with the basics. When you start a new game, you'll get to pick one of 4 rookie Digimon: Agumon, Guilmon, Weemon, or Dorumon, also known as Dormon, the one who unlocks the doors of life. The starter Digimon you pick here actually has quite a bit of significance when it comes to unlocking Digivolutions. You see, most of the secret Digivolutions require completion of certain side quests. The same side quest can unlock different Digivolutions depending on which rookie you began the game with. Since I went with Dormon, the Digivolutions which I will unlock will be based on that. Essentially, some rookies get faster access to certain Digivolutions, but most of them are just shuffled around. With that out of the way, let's begin with the simplest ones. No matter which rookie you start with, you can unlock a different one by leveling up the current one to level 16. The rookies do have some differences, such as the kind of magic skills they can learn. But really, they're all mostly kinda similar to one another, so it's not really worth it to level up a brand new one from scratch. Now then, let's get to the juicy secrets that you're all here for. Before we can take on the required side quests, we need to unlock the NPCs, who will give them to us first. During the course of the game, we'll eventually come across a section called the Numi Numi River, where we will have to try and save some kidnapped Digi-Elves. It's a lot easier if you're playing in multiplayer mode, with a couple of other people, but it's still doable in solo mode. It's okay if you don't save every elf on your first attempt. You can keep going back to the Numi Numi River as many times as you want. Anyway, after you've saved them all, they'll show up around the main hub, in different places. With that done, let's get to the actual quests. Keep in mind that while some of them can be taken on before you finish the story, others can only be taken on after you've beaten the final boss. For the first one, all you need to do is unlock one other Digivolution. You can do that by getting your partner to level 16 to unlock a different rookie. While you can do this quest before beating the game, you should probably avoid it until you're at least level 30 to 40 though. Once you're ready, talk to this Digi-Elf, who's in the main terminal area. They'll mention the Undead Yard, where a lot of evil Digimon are hiding apparently. After accepting the quest, make your way to the teleport. The battle arena is basically the machine pit. Once you get here, look around till you find this elevated platform, and you'll be able to reach the entrance of the Undead Yard. There is a time limit in play, but if you're strong enough to bully the enemies around here, then you'll be fine. Here's the thing though, you have to make sure that you kill each and every enemy in here. If you leave even a single one behind, then you won't get the reward. While that may seem quite simple, it really isn't, to be honest. Because the developers who designed this game were clinically insane, and that fact is most obvious when it comes to these side quests. First up, there are hidden sections, which you need to access by breaking certain fake walls. The fun part is that they look identical to normal walls, so I guess they expected you to have clairvoyance and know where the fake walls were beforehand, or just poke every wall area around here like a doofus. But don't worry, Editor Man is here to help you find these secret areas. There are 2 on the first floor, one close to the entrance and one around the mid-right section of the map. Altogether, there are 156 enemies on the first floor. That sounds like a lot, but keep mashing the attack button, and soon your mind will go into a blissful, unaware state, as your partner massacres the hordes of wild enemies, who were really just minding their own business till we showed up. After taking care of the first 2 rooms, there will be a ledge where we can jump down from, but we won't be able to get back up if we do. Who cares, right? It's not like there's a reason for us to go back up there. Then, we'll find a random Guilmon along with a summoning tower. Normally, destroying summoning towers in this game is a good thing, as it allows us to keep more enemies from spawning. But we are not supposed to destroy this thing, because then we won't be able to complete the quest. How were you supposed to know that? You just needed some clairvoyance, bro. Oh, you don't have that? Well, that's a skill issue, isn't it? After smashing some more enemies, you'll find a return portal, which you're also supposed to ignore. Instead, poke the nearby wall to reveal another secret area. After annihilating everything that moves around here, your kill counter should be at 269. But the time keeps ticking down. Are we done? Are we supposed to go back now? Well, no. There are still some enemies around here. But guess what? You can't get to them anymore. You remember that ledge we jumped down from? Yeah, we weren't supposed to jump down when we did. Here's what we were supposed to do. After destroying the enemies in the second room, we needed to go back into the first room, where 10 more enemies would have magically spawned. That does not happen anywhere else in this dungeon, just here in this specific place. And if you didn't know that, then you would have to reset the console, load up your save file and do the whole thing all over again. Like me. How were you expected to know that you had to go back into that first room? You know the answer, don't you? If you don't have it, skill issue. But honestly, for me, this is one of the most degenerate things I've ever seen. This is truly game design. After you take care of those extra 10 enemies, you'll see a confirmation message. At this point, you can return to the main lobby by either taking the portal from earlier or using the special hidden portal. They're both the same, but you get more style points for breaking one more wall. It's time to go back to the elf and get our reward, which turns out to be W.Garurumon. Finally, something other than a rookie for us to look at. W.Garurumon X looks kinda psychotic if you ask me, but very nifty still, I guess. Like I said before though, all of these Digivolutions will start at level 1, so you'll need to grind them up if you want to actually use them. I'll stick with my beefy, roided up Dormon though. Next up, we have to make our way to the central area, where we need to talk to this elf. They'll say that while we have beaten the final boss, Mecha Rogue X, we still haven't proven ourselves yet. And to be acknowledged by this tiny weird creature, we have to defeat the boss of Item Road. This time, the portal won't take us to the machine pit directly for some strange reason. We have to go there ourselves. We still have to do the same thing as before though. Find the elevated platform to reach the entrance for Item Road. This one is kinda odd. We do have a counter here as well. That would make you think that we need to open up every item box around here. That seems logical, right? Except you don't have to do that. In fact, you don't have to open a single item box. And you don't even have to deal with the vast majority of enemies here. You just have to make your way through the dungeon and reach the boss room. The inconsistent game design between the Item Road and Undead Yard is baffling, really. But at least it makes this quest a lot more bearable. So who is the incredible boss of Item Road? Why, it's Shogun Gekomon. Wow. So that elf was like, yeah, you might have beaten the likes of Apocarimon, Diaboromon and Lucemon, but you ain't nothing till you beat this Shogun Gekomon. Incredibly sound logic, obviously. After destroying it, we can head back for our reward. This time, we get C.Angemon. The doorway to another Digivolution has been unlocked by our Doormon. Wonderful. And those are all the Digivolutions we can unlock in normal mode. Yes, there are harder difficulty options in this game. Hard mode is unlocked after beating the final boss of normal mode. And to unlock the next secret Digivolutions, we'll have to play through the whole game again on hard mode. Yay! Isn't that amazing? More Digimon World 4! What more could a man, woman or child want? Alrighty then, hard mode time. Let's find some more secrets. We'll begin with the Undead Yard quest again, which is mostly the same as before. The enemies, obviously, are a lot tougher in this mode, so they can slow you down quite a bit. But you do get more time than before, so there's that. There's one more Pheromon, which needs to be destroyed on the first floor, bringing the first floor total up to 157. In addition, there's one more secret area that you need to clean up on the second floor. And don't forget about the respawning nonsense before you jump down from the ledge. In total, you now need to kill 302 enemies to clear the quest. Still quite doable, as long as you go about it in an efficient way. Keep in mind that in order to access the Undead Yard in hard mode, you need to unlock 5 Digivolutions first. We already unlocked W.Garurumon and C.Angemon in normal mode, so you can just get one more rookie to meet the requirement. And for clearing the Undead Yard in hard mode, we'll get H.Kabuterimon. Hold on, how do these elves have all these fancy Digivolutions in their pockets anyway? That feels like a mystery in itself to me. Oh, and even if you really want to, don't take your new level 1 Mega Level Digimon outside here in hard mode. It won't end well. For our next quest, we have to talk to the elf on the lower right, in the terminal area. This time, we are going to the Forbidden Shrine to keep some evil ghost from doing evil things, I guess. Keep in mind that this quest can only be done solo, so you won't be able to rely on your friends to have your back. That is, of course, if you have any friends willing to play this game with you in the first place. First, we have to get to the end of the dungeon, where we will find a strange pedestal. After putting the item given to us by the elf here, we'll have a short dialogue with some sort of invisible entity. Who is this exactly? We'll never know. What we need to do now is make our way all the way back to the entrance. Of course, there is a time limit in place, but there's also a secret time limit that we don't see. We don't actually have 15 minutes to get out of here. We actually have to do that in less than 5. You see, to get the reward, we have to get to the entrance with over 10 minutes remaining. It's not super easy, to be honest. There are a bunch of dead ends and plenty of annoying enemies who'll try to get in your way as well. I was able to make it on my first attempt, but then again, I am the editor man after all. But just keep at it. Make sure to take your vitamins and say your prayers, and eventually, you'll be able to do it too, brother. And the reward is pretty cool too, cause we get B.WarGreymon. I mean, how can you not love this guy? No matter the specific form, you gotta love B.WarGreymon. It's kinda in the rules, I think. The next quest is probably the most bizarre one so far. It can be ridiculously easy, but only if you know what to do before you even take on the quest. If you don't, then you might never be able to complete this quest at all. First, while in hard mode, make your way to Death Valley and kick some Gabourimon butt. There is a specific weapon drop that you need to look for around here, and the Gabourimon have a reasonably good chance of dropping it. The weapon we are looking for is the Sword Cannon Delta. Once you have it, keep it in your inventory. Now, go to the terminal area and accept a quest that we haven't done yet. Then go to the central area and talk to this elf and accept the quest. Yeah, it kinda has to be done like this. Remember, it's best not to ask questions when it comes to this game. We are heading to the Dungeon of Doom this time. It's a pretty standard dungeon, nothing we haven't seen before. There are plenty of raremon around here, so watching out for poison is important. It's the most lethal effect in the game, and it could just kill you without you even noticing. After getting to the end, we'll just find a portal that leads back home. Simple, right? Now, here's the funny part. The game never outright tells you what item you actually need to find for the elf who gave you this quest. And to make things worse, you're not guaranteed to find the required item in the Dungeon of Doom. You know, the specific place you're sent to find it. I'm thinking that the developers were super extra high when they were designing this quest. This whole thing is extremely stupid, but I suppose it's par for the course when it comes to Digimon World 4's game design. After showing that elf your rock-hard sword cannon Delta, it will throw Alphamon in your face. Yeah, that's very cool and all, but this whole quest has left a terrible taste in my mouth. So let's move on. Remember Item Road? It's the one in which we had to beat the Diddly out of a Shogun Gekomon at the end. Well, like the Undead Yard, we can do that in hard mode too. There aren't any changes here though. We still have to smash Shogun Gekomon in its special place until it stops moving. So what's the reward this time? Oh, it's nothing much, just Beelzemon Blast Mode. Yeah, crazy, right? It just goes to show you that beating up those big chonky Gekomon pays off every time. Next, it's time to take on what is probably the most difficult quest in the game. There's something we have to do before we can take on this quest though. During the game, we'll sometimes find booster packs dropped by enemies. These packs contain Digimon cards which can be collected. There's no minigame that can be played with them, but some of them do look nifty, I guess. You'll need to collect 30 different cards, which can take a while depending on how lucky you get with the packs. After that's done, we have to go to this elf in the terminal area. They apparently dropped a booster pack in a dungeon, which we now have to go and fetch for them. We can't just give them a different pack though. No, that particular booster pack was special, somehow. I could understand if they had dropped a rare card, but oh, never mind. Time to go to the captive dungeon for a damn booster pack. So what makes this quest so difficult, you may be wondering? Well, there are two reasons. The first is that you can't recover HP here. That's honestly not much of a problem if you've got a ton of HP like my Dormon here. The second reason though is a much bigger deal. There's a boss fight at the end of the dungeon, and to get the reward, we have to defeat that boss with 1 HP remaining. It's a very random restriction, but at least you do get a hint regarding it. And Agumon here says something about holding out till its HP is at 1. It's not much of a hint, but it's something, right? So how are you supposed to do this then? Well, this is the easiest way I found. After killing all the enemies in the quicksand area, let the sand kill your Digimon. Don't worry, it will immediately respawn here with 1 HP left. Don't relax just yet though, cause things are about to get hardcore. Next, we have to destroy this fake wall and take this path. Things can get kinda dicey around here, as there are some arrow traps in the adjacent rooms. Everything can kill in one shot right now, so we have to be extra careful and maneuver around this section very carefully in a super cute way. Now comes the tricky part. There is a fake wall around there, but we can't just go and knock it down, cause there's an arrow trap around here that we can't see. So what we need to do is use the charge attack at an angle. It can take a few tries though. There is an arrow trap up ahead that can be problematic too, as it comes up right after some floor traps. Jumping at the right time is key here. But we aren't out of the woods yet, cause there is still a boss fight that we need to deal with. And oh boy, this one is a doozy. Scorpiomon leaves a trail of fire wherever it goes, and touching that means instant death. In addition, it has a homing lightning strike attack that is very difficult to avoid or block. The only real way to avoid it is to stop it from ever going off by constantly attacking Scorpiomon and interrupting the attack at every opportunity. Of course, there might be other ways of dealing with this that I'm not aware of. Anyway, here's me having the time of my life.
Oh, son of a biscuit! You can't run away if you...
What are you doing in my swamp?
Come on, Ultraman, you can do this! It's the freaking Scorpiomon! Avoid that! Oh, I fell into the same trap as before.
What are you doing in my...
Okay, please, Scorpiomon, just die. So I can...
What are you doing?
Please, Scorpiomon. Please, just die.
What are you doing in my swamp?
I'm trying a different approach. Time to bring magic into this. Okay, that did not work at all. God, I hate this quest. I hate it so much. The developers, I take it back. They are insane. Nope, that doesn't work. I am getting somewhere in terms of knowing what the overall play is supposed to be. Oh,
What?
oh boy. The things I do for love and... Oh! 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 Let's go! I did it! Dormon has unlocked another door.
Yeah, it was rough. But hey, it's finally over. And the reward for getting that stupid booster pack is M.Garurumon. Seems like a bit much for a booster pack, doesn't it? But considering I did lose a good chunk of my sanity there, I suppose I'll take it. Alright then, the next side quest is a bit different. We can't take it on right away. It has to be unlocked first. And to unlock it, we need to complete every side quest in the game. While we've already completed a bunch of them, there are still 2 more to go. These don't actually unlock anything, but they still need to be done. The easiest one is the Barbarian Cave quest. All you have to do is get to the end of the dungeon and beat up a weak-ass Mammothmon. The next one is probably the most convoluted quest in the entire game. Like booster packs, wild enemies can also drop keychains. You can collect and hold a total of 9 at a time. Once you have 9, you can trade them with Prince Mamemon for decent items. You need to do this a total of 8 times. So you'll need to collect a lot of keychains, 72 to be exact. But make sure that you trade them every time you get 9. With that done, put away all your gear in the bank, except the basic, non-transferable items. And finally, talk to this elf in the central area to begin the item trading quest. You'll be given a strange figurine, which you'll have to take to a very special dungeon. There are no enemies here. Instead, there are random Digimon hanging around, who you can trade with. The goal is to trade up to as valuable an item as you can. There are some hidden areas here too, where certain Digimon can be traded with. There are actually a lot of ways to complete this quest, depending on which trade chain you would like to follow. I'll leave a link to a very nice guide, which outlines all the possible trades that can be done here. Here's what I did though. I traded my strange figurine to this Vmon for a Denji Prince Alpha, which I traded to a fellow Dormon for a Bone Blade Beta, which I traded back to the first Vmon for an Atlas Board Alpha. But I wasn't done yet. I then traded this board to this W.Garurumon for his Onslaught Alpha. And finally, I traded this Onslaught Alpha to this Agumon for his Deathbringer Alpha, which is actually called the Doombringer Alpha when you get it. Nice, right? I started with a useless figurine and traded my way to a Doombringer. The elf then took the Doombringer and gave me a better version, one with more slots. The side quest is now complete. And we're done. There are actually 2 more side quests, namely the Summoning of Gekomon and the Legendary Colosseum, but they don't need to be completed for us to proceed. Now then, it's time to take on the final, ultimate side quest. This elf in the central area will mention the Cursed Dungeon, and how there's a nasty boss Digimon hanging around there. Well, it's our job to bring it to its knees and make it say please. The game says that this dungeon is filled with anger and hatred. That's actually quite appropriate, to be honest. This is, honestly, a rather difficult dungeon. Even if you are obscenely powerful like my Dormon here, there are a lot of enemies around here that can inflict poison, which can bring down even the strongest Digimon. My Dormon actually died here once, because that darn poison damage can be easy to ignore. This is also a very long dungeon with a lot of pathways. Eventually, you'll find yourself in a room with these jerks. They are nasty and they can hit very hard. Their attacks can knock you back while constantly hitting you. And if you get caught between a couple of them, they can beat the ever-loving diddly out of you in no time. You'll need to stay on your toes here and chip away at them slowly. If you have access to poison yourself, that can be useful here too. After getting through them, we'll finally find the boss who's causing all the trouble here. And it's Lord Nightmon. A strange choice, but sure. The only thing to watch out for here is that Lord Nightmon can also cause poison, because why not? After defeating it, you might think you're done, but you're not. There's one more boss that we have to deal with. And who is the second boss? You'll never guess in a million years. It is Lord Nightmon. Truly amazing stuff. The devs really went all out here with their creativity, and it shows. After putting down the disappointing Royal Knight for the second time, you'll get the message that you defeated the boss. We're done here, at last. And for our reward, we get B.WarGreymon. Now that does make me smile. Fun fact, B.WarGreymon is always unlocked after completing the final side quest in hard mode, regardless of the rookie you chose in the beginning of the game. And with that, we are done with the secret Digivolutions of World 4. Is what I would like to say. But there are actually 4 more Digivolutions that can be unlocked. And how are we supposed to do that? By completing some side quests in very hard mode. Oh yeah, you have to play through the whole damn game all over again. Oh, the joy. Okay, sorry about that. Well, the quests don't really change all that much in very hard mode. The booster pack quest still needs to be completed with 1 HP. And if you somehow get it done on very hard mode, you'll unlock C.Angemon, the fancy fusion Digimon from Digimon Frontier. And completing the item retrieve quest in very hard mode unlocks Gallantamon, Crimson mode. The item you need to get beforehand is the Blaster Gun Gamma, which can be dropped by enemies in the Venom Jungle area, in hard mode. I've heard that you can also obtain it in the shop if your Digimon is around level 80, but I'm not certain about that. The Ghost Sealing quest will now reward you with Imperial Dramon Fighter mode. The map is very obnoxious, and it's very easy to get lost. But if you want to fondle that fighter mode, then you'll have to bear with it. And if you're wondering if Paladin mode is in this game, well, yes it is. And to unlock it, you need to complete the final side quest. And that means you need to complete all the other side quests as well. But like I said, things won't be all that different from hard mode. So it's all about taking the time to grind through all of them. Paladin mode is always unlocked the same way for all rookies, just like B.WarGreymon. And finally, we are done. For real this time. Those were all the secret Digivolutions of Digimon World 4. Is it actually worth it to unlock them? Probably not. I can't really imagine going through the grind from scratch, but your mileage may vary. Maybe you're someone who thinks this game is insanely fun. Maybe you're someone who plays it 20 hours a day, even today, while controlling 4 Digimon by yourself, somehow. If that describes you, then you might actually have a lot of fun with these Digivolutions. But please, get help. As for everyone else, go get a brand new copy of Digimon World 4 for your legitimate PlayStation 2 or GameCube and start unlocking all these Digivolutions for yourself. Don't stop playing even for a moment until you level all of them up to level 999. It is the right thing to do. Well, I'll leave you to it then. Take care and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!